Good evening, brothers and sisters. I wanted to share with you guys what I've been reflecting upon today. And so I pray my words are helpful and encouraging to any brother or sister who watches this video. I've been focusing on trying to treat myself with the same grace and mercy that Christ shows me on a daily basis. Why I think this is important is specifically when you make a mistake, when you sin, when you fall down. How do you react in that situation? And for me, I see there's two different reactions, two different ways you could handle the situation. The first way is by being really harsh with yourself, being mean, and just really tearing yourself apart. And what that looks like, at least for me, is that I'm in this state of mind sometimes when I mess up that I think, this is who I am. I'm just a degenerate, sinful, harmful person who always makes mistakes, and I'm never going to get better. I'm never going to be better. I'm never going to improve. I'm never going to grow. And so one of the reactions to when you sin is that you get stuck. Mentally, you get stuck at that mistake, and that's what you focus on. And I'll be the first to admit, I've been like that before, to where, especially when I relapsed, when I had a drink, or shot up, or snorted something off a mirror, when I got high, and I relapsed, I would be stuck in that place to where I'm like, this is who I am. I'm an addict. It's never going to change. My situation is never going to get better. And so when you're stuck in that very dark place, you grow comfortable. You grow comfortable with that sin. And after a while, you don't even think about it anymore. You just continue with that same behavior because you've grown accustomed to it. You've grown comfortable. And so you're stuck in that cycle, right? That cycle of addiction, of pornography, that cycle of lying, gossiping, spreading rumors, whatever sin, you get stuck in that cycle. But then there's the other way to react to sin. There's the other way to go about when you do make a mistake. And what this looks like, let me change my hands here. What this looks like is that you stop and you think about, hey, I'm making a mistake. I'm making a big mistake. And so you admit and you take accountability. Yes, I did this. Yes, I made this mistake. And after you take accountability, you bring that mistake, that sin, to Christ. And you tell them the truth that, I wasn't thinking of you in the moment. I was selfish. I was thinking about myself. The temptations got the best of me. The desires of the flesh, they just were so strong. And you're honest with Christ and you say, yeah, I made that mistake. And after you're honest with Christ, what is important is that you put in the effort, the energy to not make that same mistake again. That doesn't mean you won't. That doesn't mean that you're going to be perfect and that, you're going to do everything right. No. But what that means is that you're going to try your best to live as Christ-like as possible. And so those are the two ways we can really react to sin. Is either you can be really harsh, you can be really hard with yourself, or you can treat yourself with grace and mercy, and you can use that grace and mercy to find your way back to Christ, to grow closer to him, to establish a relationship with him. And so that's what I've been reflecting upon today, is those two reactions. Either you're really harsh with yourself, which leads to depression, which leads to anxiety, which leads to worry, or grace and mercy. You are gentle and sincere and loving with yourself because Christ loves you, and he's not gonna be that bully. He's not gonna be that person who in your past, in your life, maybe left or abandoned you when times got tough, right? No, I know that Christ will treat me with grace and mercy and love. And so I need to do that with myself. So that's what I've been really reflecting upon today. And I wanted to share that with you guys. And so I hope this reminder is beneficial to whoever watches this video. So I just want to say I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. I love you so much. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. And I might post a couple more videos, so we'll see. But love you guys so much. Peace and blessings. Thanks, guys.